Hey, do you know the saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? Well, let's have a look at the Paris Agreement. And did you know that the Paris Agreement is like really terribly flawed and doesn't really have an effect on a global scale right now? And we are like looking into this from like various aspects. And one of them is that the intention of the Paris Agreement is actually good. You know, there have been a lot of countries coming together, but you know, there's a problem of politics and science, you know. And politics said, yeah, we are going to make really like a very good intention. We are going to keep global warming and climate change to a safe level, if that ever exists. And then they said, let's say that it's 1.5 degrees. And, you know, that's like 1.5 degrees, and you could argue, oh, well, that is like really quite a small kind of warming. And, you know, if we keep this, you know, if we as a world and humanity are able to keep global warming to that level, hey, that's fine, then we have solved the problem. So the intention is good. The only problem is that like, apart from this, and then they made it like another thing and they said, yeah, we are going to reduce global warming well below 2 degrees. And then all the politicians take over because, you know, like climate scientists probably would have told you that, well, if we say 1.5 degrees is a safe level, we would really have to stop producing CO2 as a whole world and get it out of the atmosphere back again to really have a chance to keep this long term on a safe level, yeah? On 1.5 degrees. And that's a problem. And then they just went over and said, you know, like, okay, you know, we have this in our good intentions because, you know, there are some countries around the world which are really, really low, you know, and the sea level is rising and these countries get flooded, you know, in some places like Ireland in the Pacific or so, they're like going to get flooded completely. Huh? So that's like the intention. They have a good intention. But the problem is the science to this means if you really look at, you know, the past and what kind of CO2 level you need in the atmosphere, the level in the atmosphere of CO2 must be really, really low. So, and there we have the problem. Now that would mean that the whole world would act immediately, concisely, really to do something. But guess what? Nothing has happened, really. You know, if you go to our homepage, reduceco2now.com, and you find some graphs of how the thing is looking after the Paris Agreement. Not much change. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow the channel.